How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Now, a few days ago, EA obviously told us who the new hero and new villain was going to be in the Bespin DLC. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to try and predict some of the abilities both Lando and Dengar will have in the game. Now, I just want to say before I get into showing you the abilities, these are complete guesses. Some of you will agree with me, some of you will not, so I'd love to have a big discussion with you guys in the comments section below. If you want to maybe suggest what you thought the abilities should have been, maybe try and make some of them better, anything like that. But anyway, without wasting any more time, let's get into it. So starting off with Lando Calrissian, and for his first ability, I've gone for probably his most basic ability. It's not going to be the most overused one in my opinion, and that is an upgraded version of the Adrenaline Stim. Now, the Adrenaline Stim was obviously added with the Outer Rim DLC, and it allows you to regen your health quite quickly. However, it's going to work a bit differently for Lando. Now, what's going to happen with Lando is when he activates this Adrenaline Stim, instead of this giving him more health, it's going to be active for something like 10 seconds. It could be a bit less, could be a bit more, but I'm thinking 10 is around about where it's going to be. And when he activates this, it's anyone who shoots him, anyone who tries to attack him, he will receive no damage. So it's not going to upgrade his health. So if he uses this and he's maybe on 7 health, his health is going to remain the same once it's over, but it's just going to give him a bit of protection really. And yeah, I think it's a good start for Lando's abilities. So next we have the Smuggler's Shot. Now, we all know Lando is a smuggler, so we had to bring this in somehow. Now, what this is when he activates it, it will give him the choice to use one of 3 power-ups. Now, these 3 power-ups could be anything to do with like smart rockets, proximity bombs, turrets, anything like that, and he will be able to pick one of those 3. So I just thought this was a nice addition considering he is a smuggler, so it brings something about his character into the game in my opinion. The main ability for Lando, this one is just absolutely like, this one just has to be in the game. It's coming in the Bespin DLC, so we need Bespin guards. So when Lando activates this, this is like his main ability, he will be able to spawn in an AI Bespin guard. At first I was thinking maybe he could spawn in 2 Bespin guards, but I thought that might be a bit overpowered. So we can spawn in an AI Bespin guard, which can protect him really. They can do loads of cool moves and everything like that. And it'd just be really good to see something besides a rebel soldier and a stormtrooper obviously fighting it out. You also have these guards coming in, so I think it'll really be a nice addition. Now, with the guard attack, I'm still thinking, is it a bit too overpowered or not? I was thinking at one point, should we bring Lobot in and he can do something to assist Lando, but I was thinking guard attack seems about right, bringing in a Bespin guard, because they're not going to last too long, but they can assist Lando and maybe help him get some kills and maybe get a victory for the Rebels team. So they are Lando's abilities. Let's move on to Dengar. Now, I'm not going to lie, Dengar was a tough one to do. We hardly know anything about this guy. I did everything to try and find out even more about Dengar in general. I mean, I watched the few scenes he's in the films. I then watched the episodes with him in the Clone Wars, and it still was very hard to find out what this guy can actually do. I then looked on Wikipedia about him, that didn't really help either, but I do know a bit more than I did before, so here's what I've gave him, judging off what I've learned. So we're starting off with the wrist barrage. Now, we all know we've got the barrage in the game. Now, this is a wrist barrage like Boba Fett's wrist rocket, and the reason I'm giving him this is because it says online that Dengar likes explosives, he likes to use them, so we're going to go with a wrist barrage because it can obviously fire out multiple explosives at a time. It's basically going to be like the barrage, but a bit more overpowered, and obviously cools down a lot quicker as well. So it could be said that that's quite a simple ability for Dengar, but I think it works judging that he is one to use explosives, and people do use the barrage quite a lot. Like, I see a lot of people using it nowadays, so I think, you know, having the barrage, having it as an ability really with a hero is just really good in my opinion, and here's the opportunity to do it really with Dengar. Next we have the armor shield. Now, this is a bit like the personal shield, but there is no personal shield, if that makes any sense. So what's going to happen here is when he activates this, his armor will turn into a shield. So a bit like Lando's Adrenaline Stim, when he's shot at with the shield on, he will not be able to take damage. I mean, it could be active for around about 10 seconds, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. Now I think this is a good opportunity as well to have, like, when he activates this, his armor could maybe have some blue effects coming off it to show that there's a shield on it. I don't really know how to explain it, but I'm just thinking, like, Dengar needs a bit more protection, because when he's coming up against people like Luke, like Han, like even Nien Nunb with that turret and Leia with the shield, you know, he's going to need a bit more extra protection. So I think this armor shield definitely gives you that. Now moving on to Dengar's final ability. Now this isn't going to be something really good like the final ability should, because once again I don't really know that much about Dengar. However, it's not going to be like Han Solo's shoulder charge in any way, but we're going to have Dengar using a speed run. Now this isn't going to give off any damage, because I think if Dengar can give off any more damage to any hero, I think he's just going to be a bit too overpowered with a wrist barrage or shield, and then a run that can like damage enemies as well. So with this run, he's just going to be able, maybe for 6 to 7 seconds, his speed can really increase. Maybe he can just travel a bit faster than Greedo, but not as fast as Luke. And it will give him a chance to get away from enemies, maybe activate that shield, and pose a bit more of a threat to his enemies. So overall, that's how I think Dengar's going to look, and also that's how I think Lando's going to look as well. Lando was pretty easy to do, however Dengar did take a bit more time, as I said, he's not the most popular Star Wars character and we don't know that much about him, so it was a bit harder to do Dengar. So obviously Lando and Dengar are confirmed for Bespin, but if you'd like me to do some more ability videos for maybe some of the heroes and villains that we are probably most likely to get, such as Obi-Wan, Chewbacca, Bossk, and many more probably, if you would like me to do some videos on them and what I think their abilities are going to be, let me know in the comments section below. Now that brings this video to a close. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, as even though I'm not the best graphic designer, a lot of work did go into making this video. I also want to thank my friend Star Wars for Days, who did help me come up with a few of these abilities. There will be a link to his channel down in the description as well, so be sure to go and subscribe to him. Thanks for watching everyone, and I will see you all next time.